Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm back with another episode of Minifigure Mods. This time it's for the Ahsoka series on Disney Plus. As you guys know, I've really been loving the show, and it just wrapped up with the season finale a couple of days ago. And while I liked what we got, there was so much that was left unanswered in classic Disney Plus style. It kind of did sour my experience of the show. Still love it. I still think it's the most interesting thing that's ever come out of Star Wars as a non-Star Wars fan. And I really love the sets and the minifigures, so I thought, hey, why not do a minifigure mods video? Because these four minifigures could definitely do with some very small, slight improvements. So before we get into it, I just want to remind you guys that I am a LEGO employee, but all opinions expressed in these videos are my own and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the LEGO Group. And LEGO is a registered trademark of the LEGO Group of companies, which does not sponsor, authorize, or endorse this site. So here are all of the parts I got to upgrade these minifigures. There are no custom printed pieces from Firestar Toys this time, which is usually what these videos are about. But for this video, I just wanted to pick up some generic LEGO parts off of BrickLink so that I could do Purist custom upgrades, which is something that I do really enjoy doing as well. So as you can see, I got some hoods and capes for Baylan and Shin. I also got accurate lightsaber blade colors. The reason that they didn't have this color in the official LEGO set is because Trans Neon Orange was actually completely retired from the LEGO color palette in 2022, but thankfully BrickLink still has a lot of those parts available. And then I did get a better hairpiece for Baylan, and I also got some curved lightsaber hilts for Ahsoka because I've never actually had that piece before, and I think that they're more accurate to how her lightsaber hilts actually look in the show. And then finally, I got two little Princess Leia holograms, just for fun, because I've actually never seen this piece in person before, and also because I thought that they would be good to put in the Ghost, because C-3PO did cameo, and it seemed like Hera and Leia talked to each other, so I would like to have this hologram of her in the Ghost. So here's what Ahsoka looks like with the two curved lightsaber hilts. I honestly think that the shape is much better. They're a little bit long, like there's a lot of handle there compared to the regular LEGO lightsaber hilts, but like I said, I think the shape is just spot on. The only issue is that they're a regular light bluish gray. I wish that they were the metallic silver of all other LEGO lightsaber hilts nowadays, because then they would be absolutely perfect. So I'm happy I got them, and I think I probably will use them with her, but I don't know, the metallic silver of the regular hilts is just really calling to me, even though I like the curving on this a lot. Next up, we have Morgan Elsbeth, who I actually didn't do anything special to. I just gave her pants because the official LEGO minifigure uses one of those robe skirt pieces, but she's not actually wearing a skirt in the show. She's wearing like these big parachute pants that make it look like she's wearing a skirt, but really they're just pants. And I really like that item of clothing in the show, but it does make the minifigure a little bit inaccurate. So, I mean, I think she looks good with either. I kind of like her with regular legs a little bit more than the robe piece, so I might keep her like this. But I really wish I had given her some green smoke magic or given her like that sword that she wielded in the finale after she became like a proper Night Sister. But of course I didn't know that that was going to happen in the finale, so I might pick up some pieces for her still, like in a future BrickLink order. And I did try looking for a piece to represent the map, like the map to Peridia that she was after at the start of the show. And I just wanted to use the Technic ball piece in pearl gold, but that piece isn't actually made in that color. So besides using a flat tile, a flat round tile, or a stud, there's not really much you can do to represent the map. The first order of business for Baylan Skoll is to give him a better hairpiece. I think that this one really accurately portrays his spiky hair in the show, and the official hairpiece that came in the LEGO set just isn't really accurate because it's super slicked back. And of course, it's to give him a proper lightsaber blade color. The trans neon orange color works really well for the shade of orangey red that Baylan and Shin's lightsabers are in the Ahsoka show, so I'm really glad I picked some up on the aftermarket, because it also helps differentiate them among your LEGO Star Wars minifigures if they have a different color saber blade. Next up, Baylan needs a cape, and this figure is starting to look really excellent now. I think the cape really completes his look, and I wasn't a huge fan of the face print at first because I thought it just didn't look enough like the character, because he seems to be sneering in this face print. Like, this is a Draco Malfoy sneer to me, and Baylan doesn't really walk around looking like that. He's just kind of stone-faced. So this seemed a little bit too nasty to me at first, but now with the cape, the lightsaber blade, and the different hairpiece, I think he looks a lot more like the character. But there is one other thing I want to try. I'm going to take off this hairpiece and try a couple of different hoods on him because I'm interested in how he looks fully robed. That's not a bad look. That's using the classic Lego hood piece, but I did also get like the specialized Star Wars hood piece that was introduced a couple of years ago, which I usually like a little bit less. But in this case, I think it looks a little bit better. So I think that this might be the winning look for a robed Baylan Skoll. And then finally we have Shin Hati. I think that she looks a little bit incomplete without the cape, so we're going to put that on next. But again, the accurate lightsaber blade color just looks a lot better than the regular red. Nothing wrong with the regular red, it's just nice to have different color saber blades. And I didn't want to swap out her hairpiece because I think that this is pretty perfect for like the length of her haircut and the overall shape of it as well. And same thing for the face print, like the face print on both her and Baylan. I think they're unique, definitely for Baylan. His is definitely new, but no complaints on her face print here either. I do want to complain about how neither Shin nor Baylan were in the finale like at all, apart from those split-second ending shots, because their story was finally going somewhere. Like, we finally learned a little bit about their motivation 7 episodes into the show, and then nothing happened with it. So that was a little bit disappointing, but I guess when I play with my Lego sets, I'm just going to have to come up with a more interesting storyline for them. This cape almost seems too black on Shin, because there's very little black in her costume. Her belt is black, of course, and there's a couple black highlights, but for the most part, it's this dark tan, like silver gray color. So I actually don't know how I feel about this cape. I feel like it stands out a lot against her hair color, against her outfit color, even against her lightsaber blade, because that's brighter than the usual red. So this isn't quite as perfect as I thought it was going to be for Shin. But let's go ahead and try both of those different hood options on her. I do not think the classic hood looks good on her at all. I thought it looked good on Baylan, but I'm not really vibing with it on Shin. But now coming in with the specially made Star Wars hood, it looks a little bit better, but honestly, I don't really think I like the hooded and robed look on the Lego Shin Hati minifigure. I think I like the look on the Baylan minifigure, but surprisingly, I just think that this looks a little bit awkward in Lego form. So that's really interesting to me because that's not the outcome I was expecting from adding these pieces to her. Well, that about does it for this episode of Minifig Mods. A little bit shorter than usual, but again, I just got a couple of pieces to upgrade these figures, and I do think that they look better. They needed very slight upgrades, but honestly, not all of them worked because I still think Shin doesn't look great fully robed. So I think I'm actually going to keep Baylan like cloaked with his hair and then Shin uncloaked with her hair. And that's probably how I'm going to display both of them. But let me know what you guys think about these modifications in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.